Hello friends, welcome back to another video. We're doing a plan with me video today. I've been wanting to do this and finally have some sense of routine and systems in my planner. So let's hop to it, shall we? Here is my Sterling Ink 2025 Common Planner in the B5H Compact Full Year. Now, I've heard from you guys and on Instagram that there aren't a lot of people out there sharing their B5 horizontal layouts, or you're looking for inspiration for yours if you are in the minority of us who have this large planner. So I'm hoping this video gives you some ideas, some inspiration, some hope, and just kind of show you how I use it and also my whole weekly planning process, because there is a little bit of a process there. So let's dive in, shall we? One thing I wanted to quickly point out is that I ordered these like tab divider things from Etsy. I will link it down below, from the shop Appointed, based in the UK. And I just haven't had any time because the past 2 weeks have been crazy, which you guys will hear about as I vent in this video. But I want to get these in my planner, and I thought they were super cute. And so far they're looking cute. I just haven't got a chance to put them into my planner. So if I am able to do that, I will show you. If not, in the future, I will. But yeah, I love the font on them and the color. You can customize the font and the color, and I think the text is not customizable, but I know there are a lot of other shops out there that do have customizable tabs, but I just wanted one for a week. I wanted a weekly tab, a monthly, a yearly, and a notes. Oh, and a daily one. So those, perfect for me. So yeah, let's dive into the actual content of this video that you are here for. So I got to get set up. I got to get into the routine. I mean, we all have our planning routines. So I have my coffee, I have some YouTube music going in the background, I have my planners, I need to get my highlighters, my pens. You guys know the drill. So get comfy and let's actually start this video. So firstly, I wanted to just show you guys my past weekly spreads that I've been doing this year. Now, in a new planner, you have to get into the groove, and it took me a few weeks to get into the groove, but I've been using pretty much the same kind of layout for my weekly horizontal spreads, and you can kind of just see the evolution from when I was trying to figure it out to the present week, where I have more of a system in place, more of a layout that I like. I will also be setting up my daily pages, which I'll talk more about when we get to that part, but since I have the compact version of the Common Planner, I don't have a daily page. I don't have a single page for every single day of the week, so I had to kind of figure out how to make that work, and we found something that works, so we'll get into that. But anyway, let's just let's jump into setting up my weekly pages and my dashboard, as I like to call. So I need to get a ruler because I'm making some lines, and I greatly appreciate that there are dots throughout the pages that can help you customize and make your own lines depending on what kind of layout you want. So I've been using that to make various columns. I start with my right-hand side column. I also make a column on the horizontal weekly spread that I put my meal plan. And at the bottom, I add a habit tracker. I like to track my habits at a weekly basis. I know throughout the planner, you can do it monthly. There's a lot of different ways to kind of track your habits, but that works for me. I just want it all in a week at a glance kind of view. And then I'll start going and figuring out what I want to put on my right-hand column. So I mainly use this for like a running weekly task list, weekly to-do list, which I can break down into buckets like personal, YouTube, Patreon, kind of the main buckets of my life. And I also put my meal ideas for the week just so I can have that in front of me, and that helps me fill out my daily meal plan, which I'm filling out right here. And then I like to put my goals as well on that kind of column side. So once I get the meal column set up with my lunch and dinners, I'll go in and add in my work schedule. It's never really changes unless there's something specific going on that week, but I just like writing it because it just, when you put things on paper, you write it out, you commit it to memory a little bit more, and that just kind of orients me a little bit. So I'll just put that all the way through my Monday through Friday. Saturday is the first day of March. So hello, welcome to March. All right, the next order of business is setting up my dashboard. And the top section is where I like to put my intentions for the week, how I want to feel, if there's just anything present on my mind that I just need to write out and set the tone for my week ahead. That's what I put in this top section. And when I do a weekly reflection, this also helps me figure out what I want to focus on this week, whether it's self-care, if I have more high energy, can I, put more effort or energy into content creation? Do I have anything else going on this week? In past spreads, I've used this area to map out what I need to do for YouTube, Patreon, just kind of what the main focus of my week is going to be. And I'll just mind map, brain dump, make little checklists. It's just kind of a nice place for me to mull and think about things, plan them out, get them out of my head, brain dump, if you will. I also like to use this space to do a weekly reflection when I'm doing my weekly planning. I haven't been doing it for the past few weeks just because there's been so much going on and I just haven't had capacity or really want to reflect on the past week. It's just okay, that week's done. Let's move on to the next one. But it is really important to review your weeks when you are up for it because it can really help you see, how you were feeling, what you could change to improve your week, if there's anything you need, especially if you had a crazy week, like going into the new week, what would make you just feel better? How can you add self-care? All that kind of stuff. Shifting over to the right-hand side column, this is where I have my weekly tasks, which I kind of like to break down into buckets, like my life buckets, which range from personal, YouTube, Patreon, and that's kind of it. So I like having grouped to-do lists if I am going to make a running to-do list, but I haven't really been putting a lot in this section. I also like to use my actual weekly spread section on the left-hand side to write out to-do lists. So it's kind of like I can go in between, but I do like having a running to-do list that I can work on throughout the week if I am going to have, a bunch of things that I want to focus on. So actually, I decided to make a personal bucket to-do list because there are a few things I should be doing, like calling and scheduling an appointment at the doctor. It's just a pain when you're neurodivergent to be on the phone and just getting shuffled around because the healthcare system. Anyway, rant over. So below my task list will be my meal ideas. And this rarely changes. I actually have a go-to meal idea list on my bulletin board that I just source when I'm writing this out. And I like that. Again, I love the repetitiveness because it helps orient myself. It gets the juices in my brain moving. And I really want to focus on eating better or just eating at home more. And I've talked about this in my goal setting video. So I just write out a list of possible meal ideas that I could have this week, mainly for myself, but then George and I will also plan one dinner night just because we have very, very different diets. So we rarely make the same meals, but we try to eat together once or twice a week. And then below my meal idea section will be where I put my goals for the week, just so I have some direction of what to focus on for the week ahead. So moving into this week, my past week was not normal, totally out of the ordinary. I was out of power and heat for about 4 days, probably over 4 days. And it was one of the coldest weeks we've had all winter. And I was fine. George and I were able to stay at his mom's house all week, which I'm super grateful for, that we had somewhere to stay and didn't have to get a hotel or even camp out at our place, which we did do for one night. But just being away from home and it's not scheduled, it's not a vacation, and just not being in your own space, it took a lot out of me. So going into this new week, being back at home, I'm just feeling very grateful. And I want to ease back into my weekday routines because I wasn't able to do any of them last week. So you could say I'm very motivated to focus on the daily rhythms and my habits and just have that sense of familiarity and routine back in my life. And also, my period was last week, and now that it's over, I have a lot more energy. And with that energy, you have to be strategic and this is the final week of February, and I do have a few things content-wise, like Patreon, I want to get a video up, YouTube, I need to get a video up, and I just have the capacity to do that. So this week is going to be pretty productive, but I also want to be balanced and make sure I'm making time to rest during the work week, like after work, have my morning routine, just get me like in the right space so I can have a good, healthy, regulated brain and body. Fast forward a little bit, I added in my meal ideas for the week on the right-hand side, and now I'm finally making my grocery list for the week, which I'm very excited to do because since I didn't have power or heat, I didn't have a fridge, and we were eating out all week, and I had to throw everything out in the fridge, as one does when they lose power, because nothing was salvageable after 4.5 days. So that was a lot to process, and we essentially need to rebuild our fridge. So I'm looking at my meal ideas and just kind of figuring out staple items I need to buy for the fridge and freezer. Pantry stuff we're pretty good on, but a lot of frozen stuff is gone and all of that. So I'm writing out my list, and then I will use my meal idea list and my grocery list to map out my lunch and dinner plans for the week. So in conclusion, regarding food and groceries, I am very excited to go to the grocery store, although I went twice the other day as I needed things. But today, George and I are doing a big grocery shop to refill our fridge and freezer, and I'm very excited about that. Now that I got the bare bones of my planning done, it's time for stickers and washi tape. Here are some new stickers that I recently got on Etsy. I will link the shop below. And I also have various types of washi tape that I've been cycling through and wanted to show you guys a little bit of what I have. The thicker washi tape is from artists that I'll link down below. And then I have this like little washi tape set that George got me for Christmas that I've been using so far this year. There's a ton in here. I've only been using like the skinnier ones because I like how they break up my lines in my planner, but I've yet to use the bigger ones. So I have lots and lots of washi tape to play with this year. I will also just go through all of my backlog of stickers and just find ones that fit the vibe. I'm still in my like winter cozy Valentine's Day vibe, but I wanted to find some more springy ones, flowers, nature. We're getting into the spring fling feelings, okay? And so the very, very last order of business is creating my daily spreads in the back of my common planner. So after all the months and the weeks, we have just blank pages. And since I have the compact planner, I do not have one single page for every day of the year, which is what I originally wanted. But since I have the B5 and it's so large, I'm really glad that I got the compact because there is no way I would be able to fill in one huge page for each day. So I figured out a way to make this work for me, and it's splitting my 2-page spread into just a weekly bucket or weekly sections. I guess that's the better way to say it. So I'm able to fit Monday through Friday, and then I just have a weekend section, and that's been working really well for me. Again, with the common planner having, dots in certain areas to help you map things out, I've just been using those to section each page into threes. So I have my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on the one side, and then I'll have my Thursday, Friday, weekend on the other side. And voila, here's my completed weekly spread in my sterling ink. It's looking cute. It's looking very springy. I'm liking it. Now, if the temperature will just be springy. And here is my daily section. Looking cute. I could go back and add some more stickers. I like to add stickers like throughout the week or like when I'm back planning, I guess. And yeah, that is everything, guys. And here's my lonely March monthly spread that I need to go in and probably fill in this week, but probably won't do it until next weekend because that's just how things are. But I hope this video was inspiring, helpful, and all that fun stuff. And make sure you're subscribed. Check me out on Patreon. I do have some planning content on there. I shared all of my January pages inside my Sterling Ink. So if you want to see more in-depth, stuff related to planning, follow me on Patreon. I am looking for beta testers, and it's only $1 a month right now. So, yeah. All right, friends, thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.